Hey there VCE HHD students, my name's Andy, I'm a VCE Health and Human Development teacher. In this short video we're going to look at the question in Unit 3 HHD, do I need to know a program for each of smoking, road safety and skin cancer, and where can I find good examples of programs? So the key knowledge point that this question relates to is in Unit 3 Area Study 2. So you can see there the key knowledge point is asking students to understand the role of health promotion in improving population health, focusing on one of smoking, road safety or skin cancer. So you can see there I've bolded that last section of the key knowledge point because it indicates that students only need to focus on either smoking, road safety or skin cancer. So at your particular school for the SAC, for this particular area of study, you would have focused on one of those areas. And so you need to understand why it was or is targeted, effectiveness of health promotion in improving population health, and how the health promotion that you've learnt reflects the action areas of the Ottawa Charter for Health Promotion. So students often then wonder, well, do I need to know then a program for all three of these for the exam? And where can I find good examples of programs? So no, also going into the exam, you only need to focus on one of these particular areas and knowing a program for one of smoking, road safety or skin cancer. What you choose to focus on out of those three for the exam doesn't have to be the same focus that you had for your SAC at school. So for example, you might have focused in your SAC on smoking, but you might decide, actually, I've got more of an interest in skin cancer, and so I'm going to focus on learning examples of that and programs related to skin cancer. If a question pops up in the exam, I'm going to answer on skin cancer. So a thing to keep in mind is the exam has used questions in the past where you can indicate which focus area you're answering about. So you don't have to be concerned that there'll be a question on road safety if you're focusing on skin cancer. Often the start of the question will be name your focus area, and then you'll go on and answer the questions relevant to that. Most textbooks, I would say, have good examples of sample programs that are appropriate to learn, and just make sure that when you're learning these sample programs that you're able to demonstrate how they effectively address that particular focus area and how they incorporate the action areas of the Ottawa Charter. I've also made a previous video looking at programs for Unit 3, and that covers off some of this information there. So I think ideally you'd know a couple of programs just in case in the exam a question is asking you to give an example of a particular program that covers off a certain action area of the Ottawa Charter, and not all of these programs cover all 5 action areas. So if you know a couple of programs that cover off all 5 action areas, then that can make sure you don't get stumped on a question like that. So as I've said there in that last key knowledge point, it's good to be able to link the programs you learn to all of those action areas of the Ottawa Charter. So a question that students often also ask is, could the focus of an exam question be on a different area and focus to the one that I've learnt about and that I mentioned in the key knowledge point? And the answer to that question is yes. So because the key skill that is relevant to this key knowledge point is about being able to apply the action areas of the Ottawa Charter for Health Promotion to a range of data and case studies, a case study might come up in the exam, for example, that might be on gum disease, and so that's not focusing on either smoking, road safety or skin cancer, but they might give you some information that you're being asked to then apply the action areas of the Ottawa Charter to. So hopefully by practicing on one of smoking, road safety or skin cancer, you're then able to apply that skill that you've learnt to that new case study, for example, that could be on something like gum disease. So make sure that you're practicing applying those key action areas of the Ottawa Charter. Okay, hopefully you found that video useful. More videos like this with exam tips and advice will be coming out between now and the end of the year when the exam is on, so please subscribe to Health Resources Hub YouTube channel. There's a subscribe button in the bottom of the video there, and please tell your HHD friends to subscribe too so they don't miss out on any of these videos. I'm running an ACE HHD exam preparation and revision lecture at the end of this year, so you can book a spot to that at book.acevce.com. You can also follow us on the social media links that you've got there, and you can send us an email if you've got any suggestions of videos you'd like me to work on. Thanks so much.